my people. All right, my people, welcome back to you and I. So, we were going to talk a little bit in English about Candace Owens and her drama, The President of France, because we had actually spoken a little bit about this. The President of France has actually decided to sue an American journalist for freedom because of they have freedom of speech in the US. And now they're trying to tell you that it's a state issue. Huh? These leaders, they don't know how to manage their emotions. If some commentator out there is talking nonsense about you, shouldn't you learn how to manage your emotions so you don't let it affect you? You have to be offended and then go sue people for freedom of speech. And if somebody lies, like if somebody was right now to lie and call me a woman, a man, would it be so hard to prove that I'm actually a woman? Why should I just sue them? Like what the hell? So that's what's happening in the U.S. And against France. So, and then the other news that we had was that Rwanda actually has a new prime minister, and the new prime minister in Rwanda was actually part of the opposition out here in exile. Allegedly that he has been like a spy sent by the Kagamistan to infiltrate the opposition. And then, turns out that the guy now been nominated as prime minister in Rwanda. So the whole opposition out here in Rwandan opposition out here that we call opposition de pakoti is like, what? Like Afghanistan is playing games with Rwandans with the new prime minister, trying to salvage whatever government that he has. So that's what's happening on that front. All right. So I'm gonna move into French and answer some questions by Symphorien, and then we're gonna come back into Kenya, Rwanda. All right, my people. Yeah, this is Candace Owens doubling down on how she's going after the French. Just listen a tiny little
You were
bit.
born a man and you will die a man. That's the point I'm making. So give us a sample. I'll send my doctors to take your blood. Figure it out real quick, however you want to go about this. Hey, how about just giving us some pictures again of you growing up, raising your children? That would be fine. For whatever reason, to phone, by the way, like I said, we'll get to the bottom of it, right? That is what Discovery is for. I'm going to ask a lot of questions. You're probably hoping, this will go away, and at least we'll say we sued her. We'll say we went after her. She'll probably file for this to get dismissed. I'd like to make it to Discovery. I think that we owe that to the world. Anyways, you guys, we are revolting against this. We're revolting against the perverts that run the world. And I want to be very clear here. I count you among them. I think you're sick. I think you're disgusting. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle on behalf of the entire world. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. On behalf of the entire world, I will see you in court.
All right. So to me, the major issue here is that these people actually started going out with Macron when he was 14, 15. That's the major issue of going out with a child. And she was a grown woman. If she claims to be a woman, she was, it would not be acceptable for a 39-year-old woman to go out with a 14, 15-year-old boy. That's not acceptable. So That's the false equivalence that I make. You know, when people talk about Michelle Obama, right? I'm like, yo, at least Michelle Obama did not seduce a 15-year-old Obama, right? So that's very different from the Macron situation. Now, if Michelle Obama and Obama are both dudes and both gay, that's their problem. That's their problem. The issue is when you go after underage children and then you abuse them, you groom them, and then eventually you get married to them. That is profoundly crazy. So this is the original French journalist Xavier Possard, who had actually discovered the story, the original story, and he's the one who actually wrote Becoming Brigitte. But they have chosen to go after Candace Owens. I don't know, because maybe they want more publicity for their stuff, right? That's what's happening. Let's end on this story. So this is the RNC guy. I was mocking them this week. The opposition, Rwandaise opposition, the Pakoti. Congratulations to them. You know, they have managed to land a top position in the Kagamistan government. Cheers to your opposition, the Pakoti. Keep up the mediocre job. Rwanda thanks you for your outstanding, useless work. Voilà. Let's move into French. Merci la famille. Merci la famille Kongo. Comment allez-vous? Symphorien Pombe, je vous vois. Alors, dans ce space de Rwandais où nous venons juste de sortir là, qui se passait donc sur X, Twitter, justement, il y a un Rwandais qui est venu parler, qui a dit quelque chose d'intéressant là, c'est que le Kagamistan aussi s'appuie sur ces gens-là qui sont des fakes Congolais, je les appelle les fakes Congolais, vu qu'ils complotent avec le Kagamistan contre le Congo alors qu'ils se disent des Congolais. Mais c'est encore eux que le Kagamistan utilise au Rwanda pour opprimer le reste des Rwandais. Il y a un Rwandais qui a dit dans ce space que The Republican Guard, ouf, j'étais en train de prendre des notes mémo, que The Republican Guard, donc la garde républicaine des militaires et d'élite les plus hauts, qui gardent le Kagamistan justement, Republican Guard, donc les GP là, les gardes présidentielles, hein,